Over the last 42 years, we've been doing a lot of camping and RVing. We first started out with the tent, and then we moved to a used tent trailer. And since that point, we have owned 8 travel trailers and 1 fifth wheel. When we wanted to buy a new one last year, we started doing a lot of research on what we wanted. We had a list of things that we wanted that we absolutely had to have, and we had a list of things that we'd like to have but weren't deal breakers, and then we had a list of things that we did not want to have. We started our search on the internet and then on YouTube. There are some great sources on YouTube to be able to see the inside of trailers before you go out to the dealer's lots. And then we narrowed down in our area what we would like to go see. And so this video is about our process that we went through and what it was that we were looking for when we bought this trailer here. Another must-have when we were looking for a new trailer was to find one that had rack and pinion slides. We have 4 slides on this trailer. 3 of them are rack and pinion. 1 is a Schwintek slide. We have had problems in the past with cable-driven slides and having the cables break, and so at least we have no cable-driven slides. The kitchen slide is the one Schwintek slide we have, and we have had a couple of issues getting it to go back in right, but we do the reset on it when we have problems. One of our other must-haves was to have lots of outside storage in addition to having a fiberglass sided trailer. And we have lots of storage in this one. This is underneath the booth dinette. It goes way back there and way back there. We keep a lot of stuff in there. This used to be the outdoor kitchen, and my husband converted it to a workshop, and that works really great for him. This is the storage underneath the bed. It goes back quite a ways. And all of these are pretty thick baggage doors, and they have slam latches on them and magnetic holds here to hold them. Another thing that we were looking for when looking for a trailer was one with auto leveling, and we couldn't find one. Even though this brand has that as an option, we couldn't find one within 500 miles, but we at least got the electronic stabilizer jacks, and that's been a big help to my husband, so he doesn't have to keep using a tool to crank them down. Another must-have was a ladder and a walkable roof, which we didn't have on our last trailer, and also to have a bumper with a receiver so that we could put a bike rack on here. We didn't have that on the last trailer also. Another must-have on our trailer when we were researching what we wanted was the Goodyear endurance tires. We've generally put those on if they didn't come already on a trailer, but fortunately this trailer had them. And we also wanted the Dexter torsion axles, and this brand uses those, and my husband has been very happy with the setup here. On a would like to have, but wasn't required, we have frameless windows on this trailer. Probably could have done without them, but they're nice to have. They look nice. The only thing that isn't frameless is the slide out windows. In doing research on the kind of trailer that we wanted to buy, We had a list of things that were must-haves, and one of the must-haves was in the bedroom area. We wanted a bedroom with a slide out instead of a north-south bed that doesn't have a slide out. This slide out would accommodate a king-size bed, but we have a queen-size mattress in here instead. The slide out is 7 feet wide and 42 inches deep, and that was something that was very appealing to us because we wanted to have lots of room. This is our front bedroom, and we have lots of room in here. You don't feel so closed up. You got lots of storage space, and we're very happy with this feature. When looking at buying a new trailer, we had a list of must-haves, would like to have, and do not want. And one of the would like to have was washer-dryer connections. Realistically, we would probably not put a washer and dryer in here because this is our bedroom closet, and to do so would give us a lot less closet space, and so we're very unlikely to use that, but we have that option to put in a washer and dryer if we want. Another must-have item we had when we were looking at what trailer we wanted to buy. A previous trailer had a bathtub shower, and it was very difficult to use. It wasn't tall enough for my husband. He had to have his head up in the skylight. And I had recently broken my fibula, and I had a lot of trouble getting in and out, so I was using the RV park showers. And so when we bought this trailer, we said we have to have a shower, not a bathtub, shower combo. And so that's how we wound up with this one. It's very roomy, very tall ceilings. My husband does not have to have his head sticking up through the skylight. And we also have lots of storage space. We have a nice big medicine cabinet, and then pantry space there, and storage space there. In a couple of the trailers we've had in the past, we haven't had air conditioning vents or heat vents in the bathroom, and that was one thing that we were looking for when we were looking for a new trailer. And we don't have any problem with keeping it hot or cold in here when needed. One of the must-haves that we had on our list when we bought our trailer was an electric fireplace. We'd had previously had these in other trailers, and they were Furrion brand, and we didn't like that brand, and so this one has been a lot better. We use this a lot in the winter when it gets a little cold and we don't want to run the propane heater as often. Another thing that was on the must-have list was a gas electric refrigerator because of the type of RVing, camping that we do. This works better for us. It would be nice to have had a little bit bigger one, but this is bigger than the last one we had, and we've never had any trouble with the Dometic brand. Another must-have when we were researching what kind of a trailer to buy was we wanted a bigger oven than the standard oven. Since we bought a travel trailer, we didn't have a lot of options in the past for the size of the oven, and we ended up on our last trailer with a very small oven, couldn't even fit a turkey or a big roast in there, and this one is a good size, and we have been able to fit a turkey and a big roast in there. And we also were looking for lots of storage space, and we have that. We wanted a stainless steel sink, single basin sink, farm style sink, and we do have lots of storage space in this trailer. A nice big pantry over here, and lots of drawer space too. One of the things that we would have liked to have had that we didn't get, it was on the would like to have, was a recliner sofa. or theater seating. There's only about 62 inches of space here, so finding something to replace it would be a little difficult. But this one came with the trifold sofa. It is comfortable to sit in, but it would be nice to have the recliners, and we may change that out someday. You can order them directly through Flagstaff. It's made by Lippard. And we would not use this as a trifold because we already have one in the bunk room. Another must-have when we were looking for a new trailer was to have one that had lots of lighting in it. I missed one here. We have lots of lights, a variety of lights throughout. There's even some lights down there, and lots of lighting in each room. A lot of trailers we've had in the past have been very dark inside. They've got the old style light bulbs, and these are all nice and bright. So that was something that was very important to us. All of the rooms are the same, the bathroom and the bunk room and the front bedroom. Another thing that we wanted to see in a new trailer was to have the MCD roller blinds with the day-night shades. We've never had those in a trailer before. We've always had either roller blinds that were just cheap blinds, or aluminum blinds, or plastic blinds. And so this is something that we were looking for, and I know that they're becoming more standard in most of the trailers, but in all of our previous trailers we've not had them. And on the list of really didn't want, we really wanted the darker interior because we've generally always had trailers with darker interiors, but unfortunately, they didn't have any with the darker interior or the darker furnishings that was within 500 miles of us. And so we ended up going ahead and settling for this, and I guess now it's probably grown on both of us. And so I don't think it'll be a problem now. It'll be fairly easy when we decide to upgrade this to theater seating or recliners to get the same color to match the booth dinette. And so even though we didn't originally like the color, it's kind of grown on us now. Another thing that we were looking for and wanted was not to have any carpeting on the trailer at all. This is a pontoon boat style material, and that makes it really easy to clean. When you have a dog, having light colored carpeting is not a very good idea. The flooring shows a little bit more dirt than maybe a darker one did, but like the color of the interior, we're kind of getting used to it now. You have to keep it clean a lot more than we had to with our previous trailer, which had a darker flooring. And so that's been really nice quality flooring too. Another would like to have that we wanted in a trailer when we were looking was taller slide outs. This is our passenger side slide, and my husband is 6'2", and in previous trailers on our slide outs he was always prone to hit his head on the top of the slide out, but with this one he's never had a problem. All four of our slides are the same height, and that's been a really good thing. The ceiling height in here is very good. He doesn't have any problem taking a shower and having his head up in the skylight. Another one of the must-haves that we had to have when we bought our new trailer was, rather than having just bunk beds as we did in our past trailer, we wanted a bunk house. Our grandchildren go with us on occasion, and we'd like them to have their own room so that they can have some space and privacy. And then when they're not with us, we use it for storage. And my husband also uses it for a home office. And we have a TV back here, 12-volt TV. And so we have a nice, good-sized bunk room. And we have a nice fan up here, max air fan for the girls, keep them cool. And we also have some pretty good storage back here for storing our stuff. Another thing that we had on our would like to have list is to have all of our monitor panels and thermostat and slide out controls right by the door when we walk in. We do have the app that works with this, and so we can put the slide outs out and turn some lights on. But this was one of the features that we really would like to have that was accessible. And since we don't have small children, it's not a problem worrying about them touching all the buttons. Another must-have on our list when we were looking at new trailers was the start of a solar setup, factory installed. We had, when we bought it, a Go Power charge controller, 190 watt Go Power solar panel on the roof, and a 1,000 watt inverter, and also 2 lead-acid batteries. We went to Solar Bill in Quartzsite, Arizona, and we had them change out the charge controller for this one, which would work with the lithium batteries. We had them add 200 amp hour Lion Energy batteries. We had them add another 200 watt solar panel on the roof. An absolute must-have when researching what model and brand of trailer we wanted to buy was 50 amp service and 2 ACs. This is the thermostat for both ACs. We have Coleman units. We have one in our bedroom, which also acts as a heat pump. And there's the sensor for that. And we have this unit out in the main living area. And we also have a couple of max air fans. This is in the bathroom. There's the controller for that. And we have one back here in the bunk room. There. And there's the controller for that. Another thing that we were looking for when looking for a new trailer was to find one that was as close to 4 seasons as possible. We wanted to have tank heaters on the trailer, and we also wanted to have an enclosed underbelly. We feel like we don't camp very often in colder climates, and it wouldn't have been a deal breaker, but we do have the option now to be out in a little bit colder climate. Normally we're chasing 60-degree weather, but sometimes at night it can get into the low 30s. Another thing that we were looking for in a new trailer that might not sound like a big deal to a lot of people was to have individual controls for each of the slide outs. We have 4 slide outs, and these are the 3 rack and pinion slide outs. And this is a Swintex slide. And the reason that it was important to have individual controls for each was that sometimes when you're putting them out, you might have things that are in the way on the inside or the outside, and you have them individually going out. It makes it easier for you to make sure that you're not going to hit anything. And so that was a big deal to us.